So this topic is the art of the penalty. Yeah, not the best. Missed penalty or goalkeeper save?
Well, there's a difference. You
Exactly.
can miss a penalty, or the
Right.
goalkeeper can save it.
But being part of the goalkeepers union, you always say you don't get enough credit. That was a good save. It wasn't the best penalty, but it wasn't a good save.
Listen, any save from a penalty is a good save. And because of how much of the pressure, how much of the expectation is on the striker to score. As a goalkeeper, you get something on it, you keep it out, you take it.
So we're going to look at what goalkeepers go through prior to a penalty. Before that, though, I want to take a look at some of the poorer records of some of the players over the last 3 years in the Premier League. Marcus Rashford's in there, Aubameyang, those are two of the better records, but Gylfi Sigurdsson, not good, and Gabriel Jesus, it might be a while before he takes another penalty, to an extent that Pep Guardiola afterwards was asked, who's the best penalty taker you've got at your club? And he said Ederson, the goalkeeper. Okay, so before we get on to the best penalty takers, what does a goalkeeper do? What's the most important thing from a goalkeeper's perspective when facing a penalty?
Well, there's a couple of schools of thought here. And first of all, it starts with the fact that we're under no pressure to save it.
True.
So you are trying to put all that pressure on the striker. And then in this Gabriel Jesus circumstance yesterday, I think he added to the pressure that he was under. Quite clearly, especially given his record, not the best from the spot, and given how eager he was in almost taking the ball away from Riyad Mahrez, I think it added to the pressure that he was under. So as a result, as a keeper, you can be a little bit more cautious in that you feel he's going to climb up, that he is not going to be a great penalty. And given the scouting that goes on, every striker has a favourite side. You know where that is. And given the pressure, again, that he put himself under, you feel he made it all the more difficult for him to put it right in the corner and make it unsavable.
2006 FA Cup final penalty shootout. You saved from Sami Hyypiä. At which stage are you focused on him? What's he going to do? And when do you think you know what he's going to do?
And there's a difference between a penalty during a game and in a penalty shootout. Now, the penalty during the game, usually, it's the best penalty taker at the football club. And against the best takers, even if you know where they're going, they have a favourite side and they've been scouted to no end, the best penalty takers are going to score. For a couple of reasons. If you take too long in committing and they go to their favourite side, it's within inches of the post. If you go early, they normally can just switch up and roll it into the other side, again, leaving you no chance. Yeah. But in a penalty shootout, when it's 5, you've got the best penalty taker.
And 4 others.
Who a lot of times is waiting to the end. And 4 others, as you point out, who aren't used to being under that pressure. So you can wait and try to read them. And you don't have to move early. You don't have to commit. And you feel that you are going to get 1 or 2, maybe 3 out of those 5.
I want to take a look at some of the best penalty takers in the Premier League over the last 3 seasons. And as we have a look at this, there's some really good ones. I mean, Mark Noble from your boys at West Ham, 8 from 8. And Aguero, he's the same. Milivojevic, 19 penalties. Is ridiculous. Now, someone who doesn't appear on that list is someone who scored yesterday for Chelsea. Jorginho. Now, being a pedant as a commentator, knowing that you can have a stutter step as long as it's not right at the end, as long as there's a continual movement. When he does his little skippy skip, okay, his little dig, okay,
move on.
You're a goalkeeper. How? He's got his eye on you right at the end. So how do you stop that?
I think what you saw from Jorginho is the qualities of a good penalty taker. Listen, with the skip, it put goalkeepers off in terms of their timing. But again, as goalkeepers get used to that skip and the timing of it, they know that it's coming and they can delay their move until right at the end.
Right. So he delayed yesterday, and as we saw, he delayed too long because he couldn't get across. It was so well placed.
But that's the thing. When you have a good penalty taker, and it doesn't matter how much you scout them, how well you time your move, a good penalty taker is going to put it in a place that you can't get it. And that's the challenge, you know. That's the challenge as a goalkeeper. How early do you move? How early do you commit? But like I say, good penalty takers are going to score. And just a fact that you kind of have to accept.
Most goalkeepers now will probably know where, on the whole, the player who's about to take a penalty against them puts most of his penalties with the iPads and goodness knows what else. Did you do a lot of research into opposition penalties takers when you played?
You try to. You try to know who you're coming up against, what they prefer to do, their favourite side. For instance, Van Nistelrooy for Manchester United always liked to go to the goalkeeper's right. Strangely, his change-up wasn't as outstanding as others. In that, let me draw a comparison with somebody I played with, Alan Shearer. Now, I knew exactly, he used to like to go to the goalkeeper's right as well. And we'd practice penalties in training. And 10 out of 10, he would, I'm yet to see anybody hit the ball harder with the inside of the foot than Alan Shearer. And he's going to put it within an inch of the post every single time. You're not getting it, even if you knew. But if you did go early, he can change up and roll it into the other side. Van Nistelrooy, I found his change-up wasn't that great. Saying that, I don't think I saved any of Van Nistelrooy's. But his record wasn't as outstanding as Alan Shearer's, is my point. And you try to figure out what people do and what those change-ups are. If you can leave it just long enough and force them into a change-up, maybe you can make the save.
Okay, finally, you've got one player that you would stake your life on him being successful. Now, we saw with the graphic that was the last 3 years. I'm taking Matt Letizia because he was.
That's a good call.
Who would you take if your life depended?
I just mentioned it, Alan Shearer. If I had to stake my life, everything I own on one penalty, and that kicker, Alan Shearer at his prime, I don't think they ever gotten any better.
Did you ever save one in training from him?
Probably not. Save all. Change my answer. Just remembered.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.